Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai Linux News. Let's kick things off with some exciting desktop environment news. According to Fornix, the GNOME project has just released the alpha version of GNOME 51, which represents a significant milestone in development leading up to the stable release scheduled for September. This early alpha gives developers and enthusiasts a chance to explore numerous enhancements and new features being baked into what's shaping up to be a really polished release. If you're running GNOME and want to stay on the cutting edge, this is your chance to test drive what's coming and provide feedback to the developers. Now, if you're a laptop user, here's something that directly affects your hardware's longevity. Fornix is reporting that UPower, the power management abstraction layer used across Linux systems, especially on laptops, has released version 1.91.3 with a critical fix. The issue? On certain laptop models, the system was inadvertently falling back into fast charging mode, which over time can significantly degrade your battery's health and lifespan. This fix ensures that your battery management stays optimized and prevents unnecessary wear. If you're using a newer laptop, definitely make sure you grab this update when it becomes available for your distribution. Heads up if you're a Snapcraft user. OMG. Ubuntu is reporting that Canonical Snap Store will be going down for scheduled database maintenance this coming weekend. Specifically, the store will be offline starting Sunday, July 5th at 10 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated, and is expected to be back online Monday morning at 2 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated. That's a 4-hour window. During this downtime, you won't be able to install or update any Snap packages. So if there's an app you've been wanting to try, or if you rely on Snaps for your workflow, plan ahead and do your updates before the maintenance window kicks in. Shifting gears to graphics and compute, Fornix brings us news that Vulkan 1.4.356 has landed with a particularly interesting new extension. The VK_extender_scaling_types extension integrates support for the Open Compute Project's microscaling MX data formats directly into Vulkan. Why does this matter? These specialized data types are designed to significantly improve performance and efficiency for machine learning workloads running on GPUs. This is part of the broader push to make Vulkan a more capable platform for AI and ML acceleration, giving developers better tools to squeeze maximum performance out of their graphics hardware for compute-intensive tasks. Here's something that's genuinely impressive from the open-source firmware world. According to Fornix, the engineers at ThreemDeb have achieved a major milestone. They've gotten Coreboot combined with AMD's OpenSGL running on an MSI Pro B850 motherboard, and it's now booting Windows 11 successfully. This is part of their broader Desharo initiative to bring open-source firmware alternatives to consumer hardware. Being able to run a proprietary operating system on top of open-source firmware represents a huge step forward for hardware transparency and user control. It means you're no longer locked into vendor-specific BIOS implementations, and that's a win for freedom-conscious users everywhere. Now let's talk about a compatibility issue that's been causing real headaches in the Linux ecosystem. Fornix reports that while Rust Coreutils offers memory safety benefits over the traditional GNU Coreutils thanks to being written in Rust, there are still subtle incompatibilities being discovered. The latest problem? The Rust implementation of the CP command has different argument handling compared to its GNU counterpart, and this difference is actually breaking Ubuntu's image builds. It's a reminder that while rewriting tools for safety is valuable, the devil is definitely in the details when it comes to maintaining full compatibility with existing behavior. The community is working to iron out these edge cases. Looking ahead to future hardware, Fornix is reporting that Intel has started submitting their first batch of kernel driver patches targeting the upcoming Linux 7.3 release. These changes are focused on enabling full graphics and display support for Intel's Nova Lake integrated GPU, specifically the SE3P variant. Intel's DRM Intel Next patches are quite comprehensive, laying the groundwork for robust Nova Lake support when those processors eventually ship. For anyone following Intel's graphics hardware roadmap, this is a clear signal that Nova Lake is getting closer to real-world deployment, and the Linux community is staying ahead of the curve with driver support. Finally, let's talk security. Fornix reports that ahead of Linux 7.2, RC2, critical security hardening code has been merged to protect the kernel's BPF, That's Berkeley Packet Filter. Infrastructure against JIT spraying attacks. JIT spraying is a sophisticated exploit technique where attackers try to inject malicious code through the just-in-time compiler. By hardening this code path, the Linux kernel team is staying ahead of evolving security threats and making the kernel more resilient against advanced exploitation techniques. This is exactly the kind of preventative work that keeps systems secure even as attackers get more creative.